hi. Welcome back to the Friffle table. I'm glad you're here. Today, I'm thinking I might take you with me while I chop up a bunch of random stuff I've been collecting that had little pieces that I wanted to put in my Friffle bins. I'll tell you where I got some of them, if I can remember, or what I'm going to do with some of them if I happen to know, or anything like that. But before we get started, do you have a drink? I have water today. Just a plain water, because it's boring. And I was too lazy to go get something different. And I'm going to light my candle. There we go. I just like having candles lit. So, while we're sitting here together, what are you guys going to be doing? I know some people do journaling, or maybe you want to do some art stuff, or drawing, or writing, or whatever. I hope you have fun. So, I've got a small pile of Friffles here, but I've got an entire shelf below me. But we're going to start with this. I absolutely love this little chopper device thing here. Just because it's got the, it's got a little, like, wire thing in here. So when I put the paper down, I can actually see what I'm actually chopping. Okay, so this one I got as a little thank you card in an eBay order that I had placed, and I wanted the little picture. I might cut out the little words too, but for now we're going to start with the little picture. I don't need that. And I get a lot of random stuff for free or from packaging even. Oof, I need new blades. My blade's getting not great. But I'm just gonna leave that one whole like that. And I think I want, oh, do I want the little picture? Or do I want the words? I think I like the little picture. All of my little scraps that I'm not going to use go in a recycle bin, and they get recycled whatever I can. There we go. Yeah, a little tiny little scrap. I think I'm going to try to zoom you guys in, see if you can get a better look at what I'm doing here. Okay, so these little pieces I don't really want. Well, that one's a plain white one. I might keep that one for a scrap. These ones are just gonna go to recycle. Let's do this one next. This one was from packaging from a birthday gift. You know, I decided I don't really like you zoomed in either. Maybe I'll zoom out just a little. There, let's try that. This was from packaging from a birthday gift I got yesterday, and I thought the rainbows were cool. So we're gonna cut out the rainbows. Yeah, it was pretty head scratchy. Let's try to make that a little bit straighter. There we go. And might want this little washi tape word later. if I did like a washi tape page or something. So we're gonna save that right here. We're gonna put that in a words pile. And I think this one we're gonna cut way back here. So we get a little bit extra here. But now I'm gonna cut, I like these little like ribbly things. So we're gonna use our little scissors and cut those out. Apparently this is a very slow process, but that's okay. I could sit here and cut little friffly things up for hours. You know what I just realized that I didn't do? I didn't turn on a light for you guys. Let's see, what's the other button? There we go. Let's try that. Now maybe I can actually see better. Oops. Well, that one went a little wonky. That's okay. There. Ta-da! So that's going in the Friffle bin. And now my brain, it wants to keep this because it's colorful. But I really can't think of a use for it. I mean, I'm sure somebody out there is creative enough to figure it out, but that is not me today. And if I sit here and try to debate those little things like that, I'll be stuck here for hours just debating my own brain. So we're just gonna let that one go. I definitely like all things colorful. Or naturey. I like a lot of naturey stuff too. Or fantasy related, like fairies and stuff like that. That's pretty too. So how is everybody's June going? So far, mine's not terrible. It's starting to get warmer here, so that's good because I prefer warm and sunshine over, you know, snow and ice. All right, there we go. Ta-da, another one. And I don't think I have a use for this. But I say that, but I'm gonna cut one more strip out of this. Teeny tiny strip. I'm gonna put that in the recycle. See if I can do this here. Okay. I have, see, now I kind of want those recycle symbols too. Well, I'll cut those out too, but I wanted this little strip. Don't know what I'm going to use it for, but it's cool. Normally I would put this in with my little scrap paper pieces, but it kind of goes with the little rainbow things we just cut out, so I'm going to keep it with that so we don't lose it. But now I want these little trash symbols, recycle symbols, so we're gonna cut those out. I know I go a little bonkers when it comes to cutting out little friffles. Now, I'm not going to bother with the little corners on this because when I get ready to use it, I'll probably use the corner chomper. So, here we go. Little symbols. All right. Those are really tiny, though. I think I'm going to set those aside and try to find like a little bin where I can put teeny tiny Friffles. Okay. I'm avoiding this one because I wanted it and it was instructions out of our Trouble game. And so I photocopied them and then typed the original. But I'm not entirely sure how or what I want to cut out of this. So we're going to leave that one for now. I'll come back to that. Let's get rid of some of these bigger pieces here. So this was just leftover cardboard from sticker paper I had. Let's make sure there's nothing in it. Nothing in it. Okay. And I thought I might cut out some of these little diamonds and maybe that little rainbow. I don't know. I might cut out some of these little things because they're cute. I think that's all I wanted off of this. Oh, and I want the barcode for my barcode project. So let's make sure. Oh, I wonder if I want the DIY. I might want the DIY too. But let's start by cutting out this little barcode. Now, don't ask me what I'm doing with the barcodes yet. I saw on Pinterest, I don't know, I might have mentioned this in the last video, I don't remember. But I saw on Pinterest somebody that had barcodes in a journal, and I thought that was really cool. So I'm saving them. I'm gonna set that aside. Okay, now what did I just say? I wanted the DIY words over here. Hold on. Got nothing else on the back, right? Nothing else on the back. I'm gonna zoom you guys out just a little more. Okay. Yeah, nothing else. So we're gonna just destroy this front here. And then okay, I'm sure that's, whoops, sorry candle. I'm sure that's very crooked, but that's okay. We're just gonna, nope, we're gonna use the scissors. There, ta-da. See, now we got, I'm trying to figure out where the center of the camera is. Okay, it's over here. Ta-da, now I'm gonna DIY. Throw that over there in the words. And now we're gonna kind of try to, oh, no, I'll chop this off first so it gets out of my way. There we go. And now, there. Now, let's see here. What do I want out of here? Kind of want a diamond. I might want the lipstick. And I want a little rainbow. And I may as well take the little heart. And I like the unicorn, but it looks kind of hard to cut out. Well, maybe we can just, what is it, like fussy cut, kissy cut? I don't know. Fussy cut. Maybe we'll just fussy cut around that unicorn. So we'll cut around it kind of wide. Okay, and then don't want that, so we'll cut that off. Don't want that. I might do something with this one of a kind here. Not sure, but we'll cut it like that. And then I want a diamond. And I want a nail polish, yeah. Okay, I think I might need more sleep. I want the lipstick. There we go. Stay. And I'll cut that off. And I want the rainbow. And then I as well do these two because they look easy to cut out. There we go. Now, I'll be honest with you guys, I haven't really figured out the whole camera angles thing because I'm kind of watching the camera from, let's see if I can show you, my Apple Watch. Ta-da! Apple Watch, smartwatch, Apple Watch, same thing. Anyway, so I haven't really quite figured out the camera angles thing because from my watch, this looks really far away. But if I zoom you in, then you don't see hardly anything that I'm doing. So we're going to go with this. And if anybody feels really froggy, they can let me know in the comments whether this angle works or if you'd rather be zoomed in for cutting friffles. Oops. Teeny tiny little heart. Oh, that should go in with the little teeny tiny pile, which I'm going to bring back and we're going to put over here with the words. Don't know if you can see what I'm doing. Probably not. Nope, I appear to be off camera. Well, I'm just setting them next to me. I'm making a pile for teeny tiny things. It's very quiet in here today. I wasn't sure how the fan or air conditioner would come across on the mics, so I turned them off. And in case you can hear those teeny tiny little barks in the background, that is my doggy sister. It's my parents' dog. They live with us, and she's a little tiny little orange and white Pomeranian. And she's basically just 6 pounds of fluff. My two dogs. I have a senior mini schnauzer, and then I have a puppy Yorkie Poo. And they're both passed out on my floor underneath my feet. So they're being quiet for now. Well, actually, I can't really say that. The schnauzer never barked we got her as a rescue, and for like, I don't remember, first year or two, she never made a sound. And then she finally learned how to bark, and she barely ever barked, hardly ever. But now that my parents' Pomeranian is here, she barks at everything. So now my little schnauzer likes to join in. So she barks quite a bit now. And the baby, she barks at a lot. She doesn't usually start it, but she definitely tries to finish it. I should really get speakers and figure out how to play music in the background. The only problem is I don't know how that works as far as like YouTube and putting music in videos and all that crap. There's a lot I don't understand. All new to me, all new. That's okay, we shall learn together. But for now, it's just quiet. For today. Okay, this rainbow is really fiddly. Very, very fiddly. Oh, actually, after I finish cutting this rainbow, we're going to take a pause for a second so I can show you something. So I was talking about a minute ago, about going bonkers with chopping up these random things like this. Well, yesterday my daughter wanted chips for a snack for her school field trip. And so she wanted a specific Cape Cod chips. And when I went to go buy them, the bag of them, they had a regular bag and then they had a America 250th birthday edition bag. And so I got the America one and put them in a baggie so that I could cut out the lighthouse because it has fireworks in the back. And I freaking love fireworks. Like, I live for 4th of July just because I like the fireworks. Like, that's my favorite holiday, just so that I can go see fireworks. But yeah, this had fireworks in the back. So I literally chopped this out of the Cape Cod chip bag. And I think, if I get my Friffle bin, there was like, oh, now I've lost it. Oh, here it is. There was also a little baby one on the back of the bag. So I got 2, technically. And this one doesn't have that, like, ribbon thingy. So this one will go like that. But this one, I'm thinking I might later, when I go to use it, I might, like, try to cut a piece that matches this right here so that I can cover over it with my own ribbon and make it look really cool. So I don't know. But I saw fireworks and I couldn't pass up fireworks. They're my favorite. Okay, back to these chippy chops. Or actually, what is it? My husband always calls them snippy snips. He always asks me if I did any snippy snips today. If you're working on something with me, I hope your project is going fantastic. If you care to share what you're working on, go ahead and share it in the comments below. I'd love to see what everybody else is doing, or hear what everybody else is doing. It's kind of like my goal. I know it's random, but that's kind of like my goal with doing this whole channel. It's just kind of like creating a space where people can just come together and have a place to chill out and do a project together or whatever. Just a quiet, calm, friendly, peaceful, safe place where everybody is seen, or feels seen, I should say. Don't know what I'm going to do with that, but it says one of a kind in case you can't see it. Ta-da. Got 2 more and then we move on to a new one. So if anybody watching this does journaling, what kind of journaling do you guys like to do? I kind of like mixed everything into mine. I've got some pages that are like little art pieces that I did. I've got poems I cut out in mine, like poetry stuff. I've got like your regular diary type journaling pages talking about stuff for my mental health. That's why I started it, journaling in general was for my mental health. I have a lot of mental health issues. Let's see, what else do I got? I got like memory keeping, scrapbooky kind of pages. Some are just decorated like the regular, or I don't know if you want to call it original junk journal kind of pages, where it's just like collagey kind of stuff. Can't remember what else. I got all kinds of stuff. I just put everything all in one. Okay, now I'm gonna move this for a second so you guys can see for a minute what I'm doing here. Nope, I lied. I'm gonna bring that back because I needed that. It's back. I'm gonna show you what I do with these. I buy Red Bull a lot, and so I cut these 2 pieces out of the Red Bull packaging, and I will show you what I do with them. Oops, not that. Don't do that. Told you my blades are getting really dull. I probably should pick some more up soon. I might cut that with scissors because it's kind of rounded. Okay, we'll set that aside for a second. Okay, now we're going to cut the bottom off this one. This isn't going to be perfect. It's just, yeah, gonna look cool from a distance. It'll look cool from a distance. That's the goal. We don't look at things really closely. Okay, so now we got like a half of an energy drink. And then we're gonna cut out the top. Good enough. Okay, we're gonna cut this piece off, but we're gonna cut it again in a second. So I don't know if you can see it here, but you can see here it's got like a little crinkle there. This is straight on, so we're gonna use this one. You can see here, we're gonna try to cut this so it's a little straighter. That's what we're gonna do first. You know what? I lied. It's already pretty straight. Okay, so it's cut off pretty, let's see. The S is just above the stopper there. Okay, we're gonna try to line this up here. So, you know, I could just see if I can, oh, you know what, I'll try to cut it up here so you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm trying to cut these so that they'll kind of like line up. That's the plan. So I'm trying to line it up to this one. So we need it approximately right there. So we're gonna go over it. Most that happens is we mess it up and it's, you know, not the end of the world, I promise. So now it mostly lines up. Ta-da. It's a little tiny bit off, but it's not, you know, it's not terrible. So then I'm gonna grab a piece of tape and we're gonna try to line it up again. Right there is pretty close. Now I'm going to try to put this on without disturbing it too badly. Oh, look, I disturbed it. Let's try another piece of tape. Probably should have put this down instead of trying to do this one-handed. That was dumb. There. It's as close as it's going to get today. That's what we feel about this. So we're gonna, you know, of course, off camera, when I did the first like 4 of these, it was not nearly this difficult. Or rather, I didn't make it look nearly this difficult. There we go. Good enough. Not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. But once you get that on a page, it'll look pretty cool. Hopefully you can actually see that. Ta-da. It's just a Red Bull can. Hey, find the camera. There we go. Ta-da. Pretty neat. I don't know why. Those just give me a happy. That's another little phrase that we have going on over here. It's things that give us a happy. Another barcode. That's recyclable. Oops. One sideways. There. 2 more barcodes from my collection. Let's do some of this packaging to get this off my table. So this was another birthday gift from my daughter yesterday. And I just want, it's like a brush packaging for hairbrush. I just want this cherries right here. I think they're cool. So we're gonna slice these like this. Hold on 1 second. There we go. Sorry about that. My husband is doing a work from home day today, and so he was going on break. So I had to pause for that. But bonus. Ooh, geez, I'm bound and determined to catch something on fire. Anyway, bonus. He brought me a water flavor, so now I have tasty water. Exciting water. There we go. Okay, I just want these. Well, I think that zoomed in on me again. Yeah, whatever. We'll go with that. I just want these cherries. And we're gonna cut this off here. And I don't want that part. There we go. Little cherry friffle. And now that I did that though, I kind of want this little rush. Okay. I'm going to put all of that in the recycle. And in case you hear growling in the background, my parrot's Pomeranian decided to join us, and she decided to wake the puppy up to play. So right now they're silently roughhousing, but we'll see how long that lasts. Why is this so far away? I've really got to work on this camera angle thing. It's good enough for today, but it's aggravating me. There. A teeny tiny little hairbrush. Put that in the tiny pile. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing with this. This was a package again from a birthday gift my mom got me. It's a bunch of washi tapes. And it's got this really cool, pretty best wishes thing on the back. It's really pretty. I don't know what I'd do with it, but it's pretty. this part's plastic, so I'm not really sure how that works for gluing into things, but let's see if we can get the tape off it. And get this tape off it. Yeah, good enough. Okay, nothing else on that. Now, put this on my cutting board thingy here so you can see what I'm talking about. It says, it's got a bunch of words I don't need on there, but I'm thinking if we flip this over so I can use these lines, I bet I could cut it with my little knifey thing, little hobby knife. And I bet, let's see here, let's make that. It's not really the corner, is it? It's not really straight, is it? That's okay. What if we cut it from here to here. Did that work? It did not work. Fluff. Okay, we're gonna have to cut that a little better. Oh no, went sideways. Oh no, went sideways. There, did that work? Yes, it did. Okay, so note to self, I don't think this is gonna work. I'm gonna keep cutting because it's cool, but I don't think it's gonna work. Let's see here. If I want to do this one, we'll go from here to here-ish. That should do. Okay, but we gotta push down harder so that it actually goes through to there. That worked. Okay. Now, where do we cut this one? Kind of like there. We're gonna do that. It worked. Okay. Now we're gonna cut from there to there. We're gonna go over just a tootsie. Okay. Oh no! Did I break it? Nope. What did I do to it? I apparently just twisted it. How weird. Didn't know that was even possible. Strange. Okay. Doesn't matter. This is not going as planned. Not whatsoever. But that's okay. We're just gonna... Yeah. Okay. Now, let's see. We're gonna flip this over so we can actually see. See, that looks really pretty. Just, it looks a little ribbly. But that's okay. And I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's got like little, oops, wrong way, little design on it. It's pretty cool. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet, but it's going in the Friffle bin. And I liked this, but I don't think I can get it out with all the words. So that was too hard. We're just gonna skip the rest of this. Oh no. My candle has sprung a leak. Ta-da! It's got like a hole down the side. I'm not entirely sure how that happened, but it is what it is. I'm gonna try. That's an interesting conundrum to have. I've never had that happen before. Okay, next Friffle. I wanted to tear this box apart because I wanted these words that say best wishes. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but I want it. Cooperate. Okay, let's see if I can get the tape off it. Yeah, it's proving to be a little more difficult. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we can do it. And let's see if we can... Daisy. Oh, never mind. Daisy, the little Yorkie poo puppy, absolutely loves to get into my recycle bin, which I've been cutting up a lot of Friffles the last couple of days, so my recycle bin gets full fast. So I just take a paper bag and just fill the paper bag full of scrap paper. And she thinks it's the most fantastic thing ever to jump on the bag and knock it over. And then she runs off with all the little pieces of cardboard or paper or whatever. So that's, you know, puppy fun. All right. We are going to cut this out. I'm going to cut this like this. Well, that went a little crooked, but that's okay. Okay, there we go. Little best wishes. Oh, whoops. I left the series on there. Hold on. There we go. Now we have best wishes. How's it going to go in the word piles? I did that backwards, didn't I? I did. Oh well. We're going to just go with it. Now we're going to try to cut this the right way because I cut it too short. And now we have to fight with it. Good enough. Now let's actually take the series off this time. There we go. Ta-da! Another best wishes. This was just a thank you sticker that was on an eBay package that my mom got. And I thought it was cool and pretty and very colorful. Like I said, I like color. And it's on a bubble mailer, so I'm gonna have to see if after I cut this off, if the bubbles will come off. Because I don't want the bubbles. The bubbles do not like to come off, but they do. Haha, success. There, now I have a little colorful thank you. Okay, I need a drink break just for a second. It was strawberry flavor, in case anybody wants to know. Daisy out of the recycle. Daisy out of the recycle. Okay, we're gonna have to move the recycle bin. Okay, recycle bin moved. This was a Mother's Day card that my mom got that I want to chop up. I'm not sure how to chop it though. I'm thinking I might take the Happy Mother's Day part out, if I can figure out how, and then keep everything else. I don't know. I'll think about that in a second. But I also wanted to cut this off, and this, if we see here, we can unglue it. I want to take that off too, so that I can have this pretty background paper. So let's start here with, that's not gonna work. Phooey, is that what connected to that? Okay, we're gonna try to take this part first. I'm hoping it's just slightly glued. Oh no, I cut that pretty thin, but that's okay. We made it. Okay, so now we can take this piece off. Probably gonna cut this out because that's cute. Now can we cut this off? No, we can't. Dang it. Okay, fine. We'll use scissors. There we go. Okay, it's very crooked, but that's okay. Now we'll clean up this edge. There we go. Forgot to move my recycle bin. So there, now we got a plain piece of scrap paper. I'll go in the scrap pile. And now we've got this, which I kind of cut it a little thin right here, but that's okay. I'm wondering, that's really thick, so I don't think I'm gonna be able to cut through that. So I could either, oh no, flower coming off. Nope, it's not, it's attached, I lied. I could either save it for the flowers, or I could glue my own thing right here. I'm not entirely sure yet. So this is gonna be an unprocessed Friffle for now. I'm gonna throw this up in the to be used up next bin, or to be used up soon bin, so I don't forget to come back and try to figure out what to do with this. Because this piece here, this like Happy Mother's Day thing, is really thick, almost like a board. So I don't think I'm gonna be able to cut that. But it's cute, so I might see about figuring out how I can cover it. Oh, hold on. These flowers just pop off. Ho 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 ho. Okay, there we go. Ta-da! Okay. And then ta-da! Okay, I'm gonna put those there and those there so we know, remember top from bottom. Okay, and now I still don't know how to do that. Because that's really thick. What if, oh, hold on. What? Nope, that's not gonna work. I lie. I was just wondering if I could cut. I'm gonna cut this out, see what happens. What happens if we cut this off like that? See what happens if we put this like this. So let's see. Let's measure this. This here is approximately 1, 2 3/4 wide. Hey, So if we cut this to here, and then we're gonna cut this to, let's see, that's 2 3/4 wide. Is it centered? Absolutely not. So we're gonna cut it to 3. Oh, you know what? And then we're gonna cut it to there. And then we're gonna flip it around and cut it to, that's as centered as I can get it by eyeballing it. And it needs to go down another 1/4 inch to fit. So let's go here. And here. Okay. See, that works, and nobody would ever have a clue, in theory. But I don't know how to make it like circly. What if we took one of these and we went like this? Oh no, my candle has now reached chaos. Okay, the candle has to be blown out today because it's gone absolutely bonkers. Oh, literally, I don't know. Not much wax in there, so I can show you. Literally burned a hole down the side. I've never had that happen. I have no idea what went on, but yeah, we got candle wax everywhere now. We'll deal with that in a minute. Okay, now where's my pencil? I'm wondering if we could, in theory, kind of like sketch this out to give you a, see, it goes to right in there, rough estimate. And then in theory, could we like, you know, in theory, put this like this, and then that didn't work. Kind of like, you know, kind of something like that. That is not that far off as much as I expected it to be, but it's a little too tall. So we're gonna okay. We're gonna chop it down one more time. We're gonna attempt to call that good enough, and let's see what actually happens when we put this back together. think my watch went dead, so we're gonna go throw that on the charger. There we go. Okay. Let's see if we kind of like do something like that in theory. And then we need glue. And we're gonna do glue all the way around this circle because we can, and all the way around that circle. And then we're gonna do it all the way around that circle and that circle. Okay, I'm gonna like this one here because I went a little overboard. Okay, top flowers first. Let's see, those go like there. And then bottom flowers next. Well, we're gonna try moving the bottom flowers down just a little and over a little so that nobody has a clue that we're trying to undo those words. There we go. Ta-da! I don't know. I'm happy with it. I'm gonna set it aside so it can dry. And now instead of Mother's Day, it's just a cute little thoughtful thing. And I don't know what we're gonna do with it yet, but it's adorable. So now let's pick up my mess. Okay. I'm going to, I don't really feel like doing this Friffle right now. Let's do a different Friffle. Let's throw that over there. Let's see. This was just a package from a protein shake package, but I wanted this word strong. I thought that was cute. Oops. Oh well. Okay, and then let's do this a little further like that. There we go. I just wanted this word that said strong. It was cute. It's gonna go in the word piles. And I don't know what I'm doing with that one yet, so I'll throw that over there. This was a printable that I had bought on Etsy, and I printed it out for Memorial Day. Now, I already did my Memorial Day pages, obviously, so don't want this for Memorial Day, but I might want it for something different. So, I'm gonna, what did we say the word was? Fussy cut around here. And then I'm probably gonna take and fussy cut around the middle and take out this sign so that I can use it for something other than Memorial Day. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how this comes out. This might be a terrible idea. I don't know. I'm sure there's probably some other way. Oh, I can't fussy cut that. Well, we're just gonna fussy cut it out as it is and save it. Maybe we'll use it next Memorial Day. we'll just save it for next Memorial Day like that. Because my original plan is not going to work. So we're going to go with a new plan. Backup plan. Okay. All right, we're gonna do a couple more pieces. Go over there, and then I'll be done for the moment. So this, I just wanted to cut the Skippo stuff out of it because we play a lot of games in our house. So I just wanted all the little things that I could cut out of here. So. I did not know. It says from the makers of Uno. I did not know that Skippo was made by Uno people. Very interesting. There, I learned something new today. What do you know? Okay, we're gonna start by cutting off this piece. And we're gonna cut off this piece. And then we're gonna cut down the side here. Split it. Okay. Now, I'm gonna cut this one with scissors just because I can. Oops, I'm probably not even on camera. There we go. And we're gonna cut this one here. I got one little tiny Skippo Friffle. I'm gonna throw these in my to be used soon bin so I don't lose them. Okay, and we're gonna do the same with this piece. And I don't want that flat, or that one, or that one. And then I do want stuff off of here. I think I'm gonna cut this way because I want something there. And then I want that. And of course we need the barcode for our barcode collection. Oop, we went a little sideways here. Huh, just saw my dad drive away. I wonder where they're going. Nosy much. That's me, nosy. There we go. Okay, so big Skippo. Not sure what I'm gonna do, or if I'm gonna leave that whole, but we're gonna leave it whole for now. And then I think I'm gonna just cut this like this and keep this piece. A barcode for my barcode collection, and then this little sideways Skippo. And then I don't know what I want. Oh, sticker. Found a sticker. I want this little tiny Skippo because it's cute. I also like little miniature things, so these little miniature things are adorable. There, now I have a little mini Skippo. I'm really hoping that you can actually see this because my watch died, so I have no idea where my camera angles went. Okay, I don't want this little players thing, so we're gonna do a little Skippo. And then this has got like one of those from the packaging, the extra piece on the back. Don't want that. And I don't want that. Yeah, we're gonna keep that piece like that for now, and I'll figure out how I want to use it later. My office looks funny right now because I've got one dog passed out at my feet on the doggy bed. And then the two little ones are just sprawled across the floor. Okay, next we're gonna do this. I do not know what I want to do out of this, but I don't know. It looked interesting, so I couldn't not do anything with it. There we go. Okay, let's see here. What can we do? Oh my goodness, this UPC is in the shape of a Lego brick. That's adorable. I love when companies do that. I think I've seen it on like Idaho and potatoes. I think theirs looks like Idaho. What else did I see it on? I don't remember, but I've seen it on a few companies, and I think it's the coolest idea ever because it's different. Okay, I'm going to cut these up one by one. If not, I'm going to have a mess. I'm going to have a mess anyway, but that's beside the point. So I need the barcode. Put that in my barcode collection. Okay, now I kind of want this little Lego logo. And I'm having to use the scissors for all of this. I like this little Lego right here, but it's pretty tiny. You know what? Screw it. Oh, I probably shouldn't say that on YouTube. I'm sorry. Fluff it. I'm going to cut out the tiny Lego. And then I'm going to get the Lego logo. Okay, so here's the tiny Lego logo. And here's the teeny tiny little Lego brick. Oh my goodness, it's so tiny. There we go. Okay. Did I need that? No. But it's adorable. So we're gonna go with it. We're gonna put that in our tiny pile. Okay, we're gonna set that off to the side. I think on this one, I just want the Lego logo, and then I'm gonna cut out the creator word. Okay, well, we'll hold it this way, I guess. There, now we got another Lego logo, and then we got the word creator. And we don't need that piece, and we don't need that piece. Okay, now we'll cut off this flap. This cardboard is pretty thick. Okay, here I want this little Lego logo. Again, we have to collect all the little Lego logos. Ooh, someday we should try to do a Lego page. That would be pretty cool. I don't really get into Lego, but my husband does. Although I did see a Lego that was really cool the other day. It was very, very expensive, but it was like a Milky Way galaxy. I don't know. It was like an art piece, but made out of Legos. By Legos. And it was really cool because on Amazon, for like off-brandy stuff, you could get a kit that gave it lights. And I thought that was cool. Okay, so if I cut this like I was planning on, it's gonna cut off the turtle's nose. So we're gonna have to like kissy cut this so that we don't kissy. Yeah, I keep calling it kissy. Fussy cut this. We're gonna have to fussy cut this. So that way we don't cut off the turtle's face. Ta-da! Little turtle. I don't know what we're doing with it, but it's cute. I feel like you're gonna hear that like a million times. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this, but it's cute. How's everybody else's projects going? Oh, now I don't know what to cut out. I think I'm just gonna like follow these lines. Yeah, but then I'm gonna cut out that little Lego thing. See, it's got all that crap up there too. I think I'm just gonna follow these outsidey lines and the inside. Yeah, see, that's not gonna work either. Phooey. Yeah, well, you know what? I'm gonna spend too much time sitting here talking about it, so let's just cut this part out because I don't like the polka dot things. Okay, and then let's just cut it like this. Like that. And then, you know what? We're gonna cut this across the top to take off that little piece from where it folded over, because I don't like that. Good enough. Okay, and then we're gonna cut this like this, because that's where the line is for funsies, and then we're gonna cut it across here for funsies. Like that. Drop. And then, oh no, I'm gonna cut through a flower leaf. Oh well. Can't overthink it. I've overthinked this one enough. Okay, there we go. Little turtle. I'm not super happy with this. It is not what I intended, but that's okay. Little turtle. Cute enough. Little frog. See, I think I would like it better if I chopped it here. Come back, turtle. You can stay that way, but I'm gonna chop this. And see, now I don't like that, so we're gonna chop that too. We're gonna go like that. There, little turtle. That is turtle. Wow, I'm tired. Little frog. Okay, that frog is cute. But this, I do not like this little whatever that is on the side. So we're gonna make that go away because I don't like it. And there, gives it a cool shape. A little chameleon, I think. Very cute. Oh, let's get an extra piece on the back. Let's see if we can get that off. It's not so thick. There we go. I'm spending way too much time on this one. That's okay. I like to sit and chop things, so I'm okay with it. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing with that, so that's gonna sit over there. This one, I'm gonna cut this at these funny angles and take out all these little pictures like that and like that. And this one I'm gonna leave like that, but we're gonna chop across the bottom because it's too fat. There we go. Little chameleon. Oh, no, I don't like that because it goes as a curve. Little chameleon. Little turtle. And I lost my frog. Ah, here, little frog. Oh, wait, little frog needs to be fixed. I need to cut off these. There we go. Little frog. Okay, that one's adorable. I really like that one. That one's cute. Hopefully you can see that. Hopefully it's in the camera angle. Okay, I have burnt out my decision-making process. So on this one, I'm just gonna cut out the Lego logo and the creator word, because I have absolutely burnt out my brain at this point. Okay, there we go. Little Lego logo, little creator word, and this turtle is gonna have to go bye-bye because I don't know how to cut that to be happy with it. So we don't have to have everything. we're gonna do one last thing before I go for today, or for now, whatever. I'm gonna cut up this little Lego booklet that went with the chameleon. I've been cutting these up, but all I've been doing, I'll probably keep that front little page by itself. We're gonna move this because we're done with this for the now. All I've been doing with these Lego books, I found some that were from Lego kits we didn't have that I found in the recycle center. Just gonna chop these pages up real quick to make it faster. So I've been cutting these up to think about in the future if I ever get the Etsy shop going with the little Friffle packs. I'm gonna skip that one for a second. Put it over there. I've been cutting up just these little piece lists. I don't know what the fluff they're called, but these little parts here at the top of your instructions. Parts lists, there we go. The little parts lists. I've been just cutting those up, and I have not been doing it perfectly at all whatsoever because I ain't got patience for that. And people probably don't want them perfect anyway because that's boring. So I've been cutting them up like that. Just little parts lists. I thought those might be cute on a Lego page. So I've been putting them in their own little project container. And then we're gonna go. I'll move that over there. I don't even know if I'm still in frame here. We're gonna move the little chameleon for a minute. Move my little operation over here. Hopefully I'm still in frame. See, I really like that little Lego right there, but I'm not gonna go crazy because if I go crazy, I'm gonna be cutting out teeny tiny little Legos. You know what? I'm going crazy. I want that little Lego. It's a very nice looking Lego. It looks like a fairly easy to cut up Lego. I could, in theory, give this Lego to my husband. He likes Legos, and he does journaling, so maybe he'll like it. There, a teeny tiny little Lego. It's going sideways. There we go, a little Lego. We're gonna just put that in its own pile. Okay. Boom. There we go. This one we're gonna have to cut up separately. Now, yes, I know there's probably parts lists on the backs of these pages, like this one. Oh, that one doesn't. That one doesn't have one. Look at that one. But I'm not looking at them because that's one of those can't go overboard with trying to decision make, or I burn myself out. So we're just gonna go with whatever's on the front and call it good enough. almost done. Nope, nope, I lie. We're halfway done. Oh, that one was easy. There was no parts. Whoops. There we go. So, does anybody want to share what they were working on today? Was anybody journaling or just listening or, I don't know, doing some art? Ooh, or diamond art. I've got a diamond art project going right now. Doing it as a background for a page, but still. Okay, this one, I really like that. I think that's just cute by itself, so we're just gonna make that a little bit of a straight edge. And that's gonna just go in my Friffle bin because it's cute. And the same with this one. We're gonna cut this off. I put a straight edge. Well, it's not really a straight edge. It's a not ripped edge. How about that? Okay, there we go. Now we got a little cute little chameleon. He's going in the bin. And then I think this one I might leave Lego and Creator together because it's cute. But that's going to go in the words. And then this whole little pile, if you can see it, is all the little parts lists that we got. Those are going to go in my little project bin for those. Let's clean up our mess. There we go. There. All right. I really appreciate you guys being here and joining me. I hope you guys' projects went really well today. And don't forget, stay hydrated. I got most of this water left, so I'm gonna go work on that part. And I will catch you guys next time. Bye.